the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that with a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed, the direct hit, I'm sad. Like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Mexico City Diablos and the New York Jets. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Get up! 180! 50! Check alert! Sponge!
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I got one. Yeah. Mike 50. Man,
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Jumper. Two draw Porter. Shift. Check nine. Hey, 18.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run it with Johnson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Mike 53. He's tired of me.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, ball.
And they give this time to the tailback. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, red, check. Fresno.
Now Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Let's go, defense. All right, here we go. Boom. Hey, check. Mike 50. Watch QB draw.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. Now he's flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carlos Dunlap able to drop him for a loss of a couple. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
We want it. Come to my world.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He finds his man Johnson. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Rosas' kick is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak. Snap.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
First down, Mexico City.
56, right there, 56. Watch the twist, watch the twist. Come on, fellas.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. He'll look to throw. This complete to the former Longhorn Marcus Johnson. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
61, matchbox, White. Big river.
They will run for the first time here with White. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And Woods has it complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll look to throw now on first down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Looking for Woods that time. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Lock in. 22-jet bomber.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Check pass, check pass. Alert. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Go. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to go for a big play downfield. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Ready? 70, Indy. Hey, exit.
Here we go. Mike, check.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Ready.
They're in some hot water
Turn
now
two,
after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
56.
He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
18. Mike's 50. Cut.
They go play action. Trubisky. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyler Fackrell coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Set.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
At the 16-yard line.
90 Wolf.
54 Mike. Yeah. You don't want none.
80 weapons. Now.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Jamie Gillen now, standing just outside his own goal line. Watch out for Hill on the return. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's Trubisky to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go. Kill. Kill.
Now Trubisky. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Jair Alexander up to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6. And finding the tight end Hooper. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Recon, 152 fighter. Ready?
They'll drop the throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Johnson the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He can run for it, and he will. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Get off the field, defense.
On second down, they'll run with White.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Mexico City.
60 outlaw, 61. Matchbox White. Check. Snap.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Get up! 180! Watch the run! Man left, man left. 3 down, 3 down.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This is Jones. And some room to roam now. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 33 and a first.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football. Caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
They go play action with Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Got you, boy.
On the counter, here's Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
180. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, alert. 18.
Hey, Zoo.
Let's go. Check.
Here's Trubisky. He's going to air one out. That's going to be caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
First down, Diablo.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Now back to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Trying to get it to Woods. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. It's Trubisky. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Devon Kennard leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Check 13. Alert.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Well, as an offense, some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like a you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. Here's the Jets punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
Let's go.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Woods the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 12.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd down, Johnson. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. It's caught. This is White. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Dorian O'Daniel, 3rd-round pick in 2018, made the tackle.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, I 7.
57's right.
2nd and 9 now. Johnson's got it complete. Touchdown! Marcus Johnson, his first touchdown on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Here's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off the draw, here's Johnson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Watch the pass. Shift. Watch the shift.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
I'm going to run you over. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
They run the counter. It's Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Minus 50, minus 50. Let's go.
Go.
Minus 50, minus 50. So we got men.
Blue.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They give to Johnson going right, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, but now it'll be 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair. Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot. So for the Jets,